Hey guys, so I'm almost done with the semester. That's why I look like this. I just handed in one assignment. If you see a video that says ASL homework, that's me signing. You want to see me sign poorly, but it was like easier than to just compress the file and just put it up. But I'm almost there. Almost. I should be done with everything by next week. So soon, right? Because it does suck. Like the weather is nice, and you're like, I want a frat boy summer. You know what I'm saying? Like society is crumbling, things are going downhill. I want to buy like a weird artsy, like not Hawaiian shirt, but kind of similar. Like maybe it has like the Blue Lagoon monster or something like that's kind of like funky or whatever, and walk around with some shades and walk around with I have this plastic coconut and just be blitzed out of my mind trying to cull cull some of my brain cells, right? Until September. But so I'm getting ready for graduation, and I'm an older student. I'm in my 30s, but a lot of the students, they're in their early 20s. uh they did what they were supposed to do. They didn't have like the pitfalls and pratfalls. And again, it's like, hey, that's life, you do what you gotta do. But it's like that Patrice O'Neill joke, right? It's like, what happened in your life that you're doing this in your 30s? It's like, brother, things happened, okay? But it's never too late, and it's okay. But I just poking the fun, right? But there are students who are in their early 20s, and sometimes I feel really sad because they're talking and they're so like chipper and bright and optimistic. They're like, yeah, by 25, 27, I want to have a house, and then by this age I want to have kids. I don't want to be too old. And they're saying all these things, and on the inside I'm like, man, we're looking at food shortages. People are being pushed out of the housing market. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, sometimes I feel like I'm Chicken Little, like the sky is falling. And I'm like, am I the problem? Am I too pessimistic? You know? Or do a lot of people like have their head in the sand? Like, is that a healthier way to be? To just be optimistic about the future? I don't know, but sometimes I hear them talk and I get really sad. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I guess it's like me. Okay, yeah, I'm older and I feel like I'm playing catch up in my life, right? Because I had to recover from depression, anxiety. Um, Unfortunately, I dealt with a lot of abuse in my life, and I didn't really have the skill sets on how to manage that. And I'm just a very soft, sensitive person, and that stuff like really, no. Like any type of abuse, no one should have to deal with it. But I'm really like, I'm one of those people, like, if I love a person, I trust them completely. And I'm just like, in the beginning, I've changed. I'm like, why would you hurt me? I love you. Now I've grown, and I'm like, a lot of things are projection, and there's transference and all this and that, the third. But it took me a long time to recover. And oof, I had some people. I had some people. You meet some people that it's like they need therapy, but then they would kind of use me because I'm very soft and sweet, and they could then compare themselves. They would get a twofer, right? They could compare themselves to me and be like, well, at least I'm not as bad as Steph, and simultaneously use me as a person who would like comfort them and listen to the woes. And so I just have a lot of catching up to do. um, and that sucks, but hey, I'm doing it, right? And it's okay, because it's like, it's your life, things are going to happen when they happen. But sometimes I feel like I'm a day late and a dollar short, because it's very weird. Like, sometimes it feels like it sucks, because it feels like I had all the depression and all the messed up things going on in my 20s when times were good, when life was still pretty okay. And now that I'm recovering and I'm feeling good, it just feels like everything is crumbling and nothing means anything anymore and everything is gonna drop. And it's like, why do I always do this? Why couldn't it have been the opposite? Why couldn't it have been reversed, you know? But it's like, all right, you know, what you can do, right? In life, you just kind of deal with the hand you've been dealt. And I think I've built up a certain amount of skills, but it's still kind of bleak. It's bleak, like, um, I know everyone says that Sinners was really good, so I guess I have to watch it. It's because it's gory, right? But then that's kind of something you're like, okay, wow, we finally have a movie that's good. But then that's going to be the thing. Is the movie actually good? Or is it just comparatively, because everything else sucks, that it's like really great? But I don't know. I'll see if I watch it just because of, I'm not that into gore. Like, it creeps me out. Um, but I saw an article. This is gonna be a brain dump, so I'm just gonna go from here over there. We're just jumping all over the place. I saw an article and it said like Gen Zers, they can feel a recession coming, and it looks like the recession is gonna come in the summertime. They can feel a recession coming, and they're like relying on Chat GPT for therapy. They're buying Happy Meals. I'm like, what a dystopian society we've created for ourselves. Just absolutely awful. And I know like there's definitely people in charge that have more power than us. But man, what imbeciles. What imbeciles. This is going to be a recurring thing, but cuz talked about this in the space the the girl boss space odyssey. um the gap is so insanely wide. Like, you have people that can go to space, and then you have other people that are relying on ChatGPT for therapy. And, it's the fact, and she was like, I don't have money to pay $200 for the therapy. It's like, Jesus. I'm lucky. I don't have the best insurance, but my therapist is able to charge through my insurance, and I'm able to get the care I need. What what is happening? What bleakness, what darkness, what demon is doing this? Like, oh my god, get your boot off our necks. Like, this isn't even a fair fight anymore. This is bleak. Jesus. Um so I don't know. I think about that stuff, and like, I think about my classmates who are getting ready to graduate, and it's like, what workforce are they going into? Um what jobs are they going to have? Like, it's so sad. It's so sad to see everyone like they're so excited and they're so happy and stuff, but I it really feels like everything is really really dark. Like, there have always been hard times and harsh times, but I think too, we have had moments throughout history where it was calamity, where the sky was falling, and then things get better. There's like an economic surplus, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And there are a lot of historians or strategists that say, oh, we're due for something, whether that's World War III or something. And like, they're like, okay, cool, thanks. My anxiety feels great. Thank you so much. Um, think about that. Think about all the millennia that humans have existed, and we can create all this technology that has all these modern conveniences, but we still cannot figure out how to just like chill the f out and just live a life, and just, you know listen, I do believe in nonviolence, but I'm also a realist. I know that humans just are so ignorant and dumb, and we let our emotions get the best of us. And I include myself in this. I've done it too, where I'm like, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to get there. You didn't. It also too. It's like it's hard being a human. It's brutal, you know. There are some aspects of the human experience that are beautiful and lovely, but we can't have the good without the bad. We can't have the crying without the laughing, and vice versa. Like all of that is connected, right? And so being a human it, it can be difficult. It can be very hard and bleak. It's worth it. It's beautiful, but it's also weird because it feels like, especially so many of these like tech guys and all these people, they're so over humanity. You know, it feels like humans are running away from the things that makes us us, right? All the body modifications, all the reliance on AI. Like, we didn't have a good grasp on being humans as a society. We didn't have that. And we're like, okay, instead of trying to fix that, we're like, okay, let's just move on to the next thing. Let's just become one with technology. Let's ascend. And it's like, you're gonna let go of all the beautiful things that made us humans, you know? um I don't know, to me it's like the easy way out. It's like the chump way out. Like, you're not willing to look at yourself critically and like fix the issues. um you know, AI has just been used to replace us. It hasn't been used to bridge connectivity or anything like that. The beginning of the internet, like, there was more closeness, and then of course like greedy people came and they're like, okay, well, I can make money and let's follow them, and let's have very personalized ads. Like, I come from the school of thought of, you know, George Carlin and Bill Hicks and Richard Pryor. And I always think of Bill Hicks when he's like, oh, hey, you work in advertising? Yeah, kill yourself. Okay? Kill yourself. Okay? Take yourself out. And he started laughing. He's like, no, I know you think I'm kidding because I'm on stage and I have the mic and stuff. No, but seriously, end yourself. Finish yourself. Be done with yourself. Get out of this. And it's like, haha, joking, parody. But it's true. Like, you have a hand in making the world suck. You know? Like, everything is selling something and buying a buck. And you know what? I'm not gonna be too judgmental on that, because I'll be honest with you. If something if somebody hits me up and is like, hey, do an ad for this, we'll give you 6 figures, I'll be like, oh, maybe, but it depends what it is, right? I hope macadamia nuts reach out to me. There was a podcast that I listened to, and they were like, I would never accept advertisement for macadamia nuts. And I was like, oh my god, I would, because then my dad like really likes macadamia nuts. Maybe I'll get some for free. Like, I'll do that. Yeah, why not? I would do that over like BetterHelp, that has been shown to be unethical, and in how they help people, try to help people like deal with mental health issues. Um, some of I get some people are able to use BetterHelp and it works for them, but there's been a lot of things like there were HIPAA violations. It was a whole thing. So it's like, yeah, I'd take macadamia nuts. I hope they reach out to me one day. They're like, hey, you want to do this? Yeah, I'll do it. Give me a lifetime supply of macadamia nuts. Sure, you know? But I don't know. I know this is a brain dump. Like, I think too, because like the semester's ending, like this always happens where it's like, I need a break. But then I think I get a little melancholy because, you know, I had this routine down and I had it down packed. And so then it's like, you know, every semester it's like, okay, well now there's a new one. But I think I'm more so just burnt out. So hopefully in the upcoming weeks, you know, when I can, oh my gosh, I'm gonna run down the Jersey Shore. I'm gonna go down to Belmar and just throw myself in that ocean. Like, just take me away, just so I could get a little break, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what the future is gonna hold, especially for my classmates. Like, I feel bad because, there were moments where I would be annoyed. I would be annoyed with them, where I was like white knuckling it. I was like, I can't be around these 20 something year olds anymore. I can't. Like, there is some issues there, like lack of social skills for some of them, lack lack of an understanding on what's professional. Like, there's a time and place, and I think we've kind of lost that since everyone's just on the internet. Like, if you're doing a presentation, maybe don't come in Crocs and a crop top. Be professional, especially if the class is called um, professional psychology. Like, maybe spruce it up a bit. Um, the slang, like, hearing a lot of people like take like sassy slang, or like, like like black people slang, like going like hey child, like, I don't know, just I can't even do it. Let me see. I think it was also too, it was like drag queen slang, like they came and they ate, sir, or something like that. But it's like they're not saying it with the proper like attitude and inflections. I didn't do it justice either. So it's like, you don't need to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't hear locked in for a while, I'll be okay. I'll be fine. I'll live. There was a couple of them where I'm just like, eh. But now that it's all said and done, I feel bad. And yeah, I just feel bad for the world that they're inheriting. I really don't know. There was a time period where I was coming on YouTube and all the videos were like, I'm in my 20s and I went to school when I got a good degree, and I'm like, I can't find a job. Um, things are bleak. Things are bleak. There was just a time period where it was so many videos like that. I haven't seen a lot of videos like that in a while, so I don't know if it's because it changed, the powers that be, the algorithm changed the videos that were recommended to me, or what, or if people are just like logging off, taking a break, maybe touching grass and being like, well, if this is it, I might as well go get some vitamin D. I might as well go enjoy the beauty and splendor of the world before things really hit the fan. I really don't know. I don't know. Sometimes internally, like, I feel like I'm getting to a better place with my mental health and stuff like that. But then I go out into the world and sometimes I feel disconnected from everyone, and that makes me sad. And I'm just like, because I do think it's like a bombardment of a whole bunch of crap, and it's just like, it's a little much. But I don't know, I try to be polite, try to smile to people. I notice people react to that because I think like you're not seeing a lot of that. I used to go out into the world with headphones, especially during COVID. And then I realized, like, oh, I'm not interacting with people, and I'm missing out on some nice interactions. I honestly haven't had, knock on wood, I haven't had a negative interaction with a person in a very, very long time, which that part is very nice. Like, there hasn't been, like, maybe there's been a couple of, like, you know, I'm from Jersey, right? We got a lot of New Yorkers here that don't know how to drive. And kidding, love you, New York, love you. But, a couple times, like, I've had to beep and been like, but I don't even do the most like I used to. Like, I'm more like a judgmental, like, woman with a shawl. I'm just like, like, I'm not cursing people out. I don't have that in me. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I know that I feel kind of lost. Like, I've also been feeling this too, because it's like, it is. I think that's where the disconnect comes from. It's so jarring to, like, sometimes I'm around, my classmates, and they're like talking about doing this and talking about doing that. And then I hop on the internet and it's like, people can't afford groceries. And I'm just like, which is which? What is going on? How do we fix this? Like, the thing the thing with the education, and they were like they're gonna start garnishing wages. We're looking at a recession. We're looking at a recession. There's a piss poor job market. Your boy is continually working on automation and getting rid of jobs, and we're replacing everybody with robots to do what? To do what? To sit on their ass all day? What are they doing? Where is their fulfillment going to come from? Like, we need to be working. It's just, it is what it is. You need to be doing something, you know, or clean. I don't know, but you got to be doing something. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. I don't know. Like, are they gonna make it so they automate everything? Everything? What jobs, what inspirations, what hopes, what dreams can people have for the future? You know, Hollywood is a crumbling, fumbling thing, and academia is getting like the boot on its neck. I mean, if they're gonna start garnishing wages, then yeah, people are gonna stop going to school. People are not gonna be able to afford it. And yeah, listen, there's definitely issues in school where they have shown that there is some propaganda and stuff like that. We talked about that in my social psychology course. Colleges, universities, they tend to be more liberal, right? And you shouldn't it shouldn't be about being liberal or conservative. There should just be a hodgepodge of ideas and different thought patterns, and just being exposed to everything so you can make up your own mind. So yeah, that is problematic, but we shouldn't just get rid of these entire institutions. They're making it so that the population, it is idiocracy. Very comfortable, not a lot of pride into themselves, what they look like. They're they're really, really, really beating us down. And I don't know. I really don't know. Is it is it healthier to have hope and to just keep it moving and keep showing up for life? Is that kind of putting your head in the sand? I don't know. You know, like as the weather comes up, like listen, I'm still gonna enjoy. I'm gonna have my barbecues, and like I also feel that too. Like I do feel like um, I just want everyone to know that I love them, and I'm like I am having the realization like how stupid like some stupid arguments I've had in the past, and I think it could be hard when you've dealt with abuse and like you don't, especially if there's people who don't know what you dealt with, and then I came off bad in a lot of situations, but I've struggled with that. For people who have genuinely mistreated me, how to put that boundary and be like no, no, and then to still look good, and to not let them change my personality or how I want to be perceived in front of other people. That's something I've struggled with a lot. But I think I've kind of pushed people away, and I think I'm realizing how silly and how stupid that is to not be vulnerable and emotional with the right people, because at the end of the day, that's really all we have, right? The connections, the little experiences that we have. um and I don't know. I know I've been very pensitive. Like I'm telling you, this is all brained up. This is like dear diary, dear confessional. But I think a lot of people are kind of lost or maybe dealing with things like this. Like, how are other people coping, right? I think on the internet, like, yeah, everyone's trying to have a sense of humor about it and make memes and stuff like that. But there also has to be, like, the other side, right? The part of you that's, like, really, like, sad and hurting and, like, scared. And, like, I really don't know where this is gonna go. Um, And right now, like, I can smell like charcoal. It smells like I don't know if you'll hear like someone mowing their lawn in the background. I'm kind of okay because it reminds you, right? Like there's still a life to be led. Like these imbeciles, these the upper echelon of society, they've always been like this. They've always been kind of jackasses and asshats, you know. But there's still experiences and beautiful things for us to do and to take part in. And I really think that that's the only thing that's gonna save us in the end, if that is, because it's like, who knows? I really don't know. Like, things are getting weird, but I think no matter what, I just want the people I love to know I love them, and I want more connections with more people. You know, I love, I genuinely love talking to people, and I love connecting with people. I do. Like, I'll go somewhere to get food, and then start a conversation with somebody. Now I'm 2.5 hours in, and then I've had a lot of moments too where just having conversations. They're like, "Oh, by the way, what's your name?" I was like, "Oh yeah, that I guess that's important, right?" But it's nice. It reminds you. It's like it's very lovely. Humans can be so beautiful and so lovely when we want to be, and we are more good than bad. And I don't know. I really hope that things work out somehow, and I hope that we're able to like to figure this out and not let them like ruin life and the future for younger generations, you know. And we do have power when it comes to some things. Like, we all know that our phone is very addictive, and like this is where sometimes I feel weird, because it's like I'm making videos online, and I do want to create an audience, and I would like to be able to do this and put out nice things, but I also want people to go outside and to connect with each other and to kind of get away from their phones. So it's like, am I part of the problem now too? And it's like, I don't know. I guess it's because there's a lack of healthy balance, right? Um, that's always been a human thing. We're either too much or too little. It's something we struggle with. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I know this is a brain dump. Like, this is my dear diary, but it's how I've been feeling. Like, I've been oscillating between like, oh, spring is here, and like it's a renewal, and also it's like everything is crumbling. It's like it's such a weird place to be in, you know. I told one of my friends this, like, it's really weird to. Yesterday, I was feeling depressed. It was the first time in a long, long time. I really don't feel like that anymore. And it's like, it's very weird to feel it because of like stuff going around in the world. You know, like normally it's like a very internal thing. And this is the first time, like, it's like, no, 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 it might be valid. It might be valid. And like, that's kind of odd. It's very weird. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. This is like, I'm trying to give myself a pep talk. I'm like, we're gonna be okay, right? I'm gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. We'll figure this out somehow. I think that's when you know. It's like, I think Louis C.K. said this. He's like, you know, to be optimistic, you got to be a little stupid, and that's kind of what I feel like. Like, I'm like, all right, I'll just be a little dumb. Cause what else am I gonna do, right? But yeah, if any of you guys are struggling with the same thing, like, let me know. Uh, I feel like I just rambled and I didn't make any sense in this video, but I think I needed it. I needed it, and after this, I'll go back to journaling because I'm like, I don't know, but I really do feel like everyone is struggling with something like this, and yeah, if you guys want to tell me what you're going through in the comments, or what you think about it, or how you cope, let me know. But I will talk to you guys in a little bit. I gotta go do a celebrity video because I'm like, all right, I need some fluff. I need some fluff. Things are getting a little dark out here, a little bleak out here in these streets. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.